Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at Elder Ford in Tampa, and today is a special day. We have the official Shelby American truck here from Las Vegas to showcase all the amazing Shelby American products. What I have is a prototype. This is a prototype 2021 Shelby Super Snake. But before we dive into this beautiful rapid red white racing stripe Super Snake, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. Carroll Shelby, that man who took Mustangs, brought it to a new level, have really changed the name of the game when it comes to performance. So when you're looking at what is he able to do, back in 1965, Shelby American took your GT350 and made it a road course killer. Took the secretary's car and made it into a race-winning champion. And that's what happens today with these vehicles, is that this Shelby Super Snake started off life as a Coyote Mustang right in Flat Rock, Michigan. It was shipped over to Shelby American in Las Vegas, and that's where we get this beast known as the Shelby Super Snake. Now, if you thought that a stock GT500 is what you wanted because it had 760 horsepower, you're talking about, with the upgraded supercharger, over 800 horsepower. And it's not just about horsepower, you're also going to get aesthetics that are totally different, especially with the 2021. There's a lot of changes that they made, especially at the front end of the business, which is really going to make you say, wow, things are really happening at Shelby American. Because I think where it really came to fruition is in 2007. That was the year that Ford brought back the GT500. Carroll Shelby reunited with Ford and was part of that whole project and brought the Super Snake name to the table with that whole series. And it's nice to see it continue and that legacy of his continue. So let's go ahead. We're gonna dive into this 2021 Shelby Super Snake. And even though it's not a GT500, how is it different? How is it similar? And why is it the ultimate Mustang? Right off the bat, the styling. Now, when you come to the front of the business, you're gonna notice that at Shelby American, they change the front fascia. And for 2021, it's all new. So you can see we have our headlight design just like always, but as we work our way down, you're gonna have these horizontal slots here. This is all for creating downforce. So this whole stack system, starting with the splitter down low, the massive splitter, you got your canard on the side to channel that air, that wicker, over the side of the vehicle. This is also going to give us downforce. Look at how they actually curve up near the back here. That is proof in the pudding, in the eating of the pudding, that you're going to have maximum airflow, maximum downforce. And we just started right here. Wait until we come across. Love the splitter, the way it extends. We get to the front. You can see how that hood cascades down very nicely to meet the front fascia. You have your Shelby name here, and then you have this functional grille. I don't know if Victor could show the massive heat exchanger that is behind there. All that extra cooling, that is Ford Performance. That's from VMP Performance. Really gonna bring that power. You can see that splitter go all the way across. Now, I am gonna zonk. Believe it or not, we're gonna zonk this. I wish that they had that open for functionality. Now, of course, I'm sure there's aerodynamic reasons why that isn't opened, but definitely for 2021, they went aggressive on the front end of the vehicle. I'm liking the way that they kept the color all the way across, and this is all gonna help scoop air like a big snow shovel, scoop air into those heat exchangers, into the radiator for that cooling. Now, when we get up onto the hood, twin snorkel hood, functional hood. Look at how it's very hard to see, but there's actually a rise in the center here that goes all the way towards the windscreen. You have your functionality on both sides here, and it's nice that they kept the honeycomb design to match what's down below to what is up top. Now, I'm gonna stay on this side. I'm gonna have Victor kind of come around. I really just want him to showcase how that rises. Remember, you have that big, huge supercharger, that Whipple supercharger under here. You got the heat extractors on the back. It reminds me, this part here reminds me of a 1969, 1970 Shelby GT350, Shelby GT500. Very, very sexy hood. They do hoods really, really well. And that rear extractor area, heat extractor, really reminds me of my dad's 69 Shelby. Now, when we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So you're gonna get these forged aluminum wheels. I like the way it's got the forged name stamp in, the Shelby logo here. Look at that. I love that classic Shelby Snake there. And then this is a 20-inch wheel, 305 on the width, 30 series sidewall. Check out the braking. So on the Shelby Super Snake, it's not just about adding extra horsepower, it's not just about adding extra bodywork, but you're gonna have that massive rotor. Look at that, two-piece aluminum hat, slotted and ventilated, and this massive Brembo 6-piston caliper with the Shelby name. All the details are really spot on. Now, I'm not gonna go very far because as we kind of come around the fender, this is all new for 2021. So you're gonna get this functional air vent on the side with the Shelby Super Snake name stamped in there with a little bit of silver. Look at how it's all cut out. This is all metal. This is not fiberglass. Looks really clean, especially with that hood, that rise in that hood. And then as we kind of drop down, you're gonna get that beautiful functionality here of all of the side sill extension, the Super Snake name, the way it kind of comes all the way and stops almost at the back of the door. I think it's nice that it doesn't run all the way to the rear, because if you notice, you're gonna have this extra sill extension piece here for channeling air from front of the vehicle to the back. And I'm gonna have Victor kind of turn to his left to really show that flared out fender. It really has one heck of a look, especially with the vent there and the way it follows the body line all the way to the rear fender here. Very, very nicely set up. You can see this is a prototype vehicle, so this isn't 100% production ready, and I definitely want to thank Shelby American, Matt, Scott, the whole crew, Tracy, for allowing us access to this vehicle to bring it to you first. Let's look at the rear here before we just pop up. As we drop down, you see we're still working 20-inch wheel, that beautiful forge. I love the multi-spoke. I love the wheel lug nuts that they use, the Shelby name there. This is 305. You can see that this car is sitting on lowering springs. You have your thicker anti-roll bars. You're also gonna get stronger half shafts, one-piece drive shaft. So it's not just about generating more horsepower. You gotta make sure that the drivetrain is gonna stay intact, because remember, we're talking about the Coyote 5-liter V8 with a Whipple supercharger that's over 800 horsepower. So to have all that horsepower on just a stock drive shaft and half shafts, that's gonna lead to disaster. So they do a one-piece 4-inch drive shaft, and then you're gonna get the increased rigidity of stronger half shafts. And the half shafts are what break off from the differential. 373 gears, really gonna help get the power down, but I love the way it sits. The way they have this lowered, the gap, I mean, look at this. I have my finger there and it's perfect. No rub. Even the Shelby branded tires, I am really liking those extra touches, and that's what you're getting when you go a Shelby American product. As we rise back up, coming off that rear pillar, loving the Shelby logo there. So much history, so classic to the touch. And then when we get to the rear of the vehicle, you have the over-the-top stripes, that rear trunk spoiler, and the extra extension in aluminum. We have the Shelby name there, and I'm gonna kind of squeeze play to allow Victor to really showcase. So it's gloss black. I love the aluminum touch here with all of the screws that have been used. You have that Borla catback exhaust system. Now, normally I don't like this style because it looks like a vacuum, but it looks really well done the way they integrated it into the rear diffuser. You have that functionality. I'm sure Victor could kind of zoom in there and show the functionality of that rear diffuser. They add extra coolers. So if you're going manual, you're going to get a short throw shifter. If you're going automatic, you have an automatic transmission cooler. You got a bigger diff cooler, heat exchanger. That's all going to keep the temperatures down, because at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, they have run this particular car for hours on end to see what was going to break, because they want to make sure that anything leaving Las Vegas, the shop where Shelby American is going to last the test of time, is going to be durable, and is going to give you the performance that you come to expect and the style. Now, one thing I can't show you yet until we get our first one here at Elder Ford is the interior. Lots of different touches. They actually put a carbon fiber gauge pack in there to give you a boost, and all different gauges, all wrapped in carbon fiber. You have the seats that have been redone, nice billet aluminum pedals. All the fine touches that you come to expect from Shelby American are in this Super Snake, and boy, oh boy, are we very lucky. I want to walk back to the front because the width of this thing is just ridiculous, what they've done with the front fascia. Of course, you got the carbon, almost forgot the carbon fiber mirror caps. Victor forgot to remind me. Thanks, Victor, you jerk. And then he's not a jerk, we love Victor. As we come to the front, you could really see what they've done with the front fascia with the width. I think by adding these dive planes, you're not only giving that aggressive look, but you're also getting that extra downforce that you come to expect from a track vehicle. And I think that it's great that for those who want manual, you could go manual. For those who want the 10-speed automatic, you could go that route as well. But if you want to keep seeing special Shelby American vehicles here on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to get up to Victor. He's out here in the Florida sun, getting each one of these one after another. Victor is happy. That makes me happy. And I know he's working hard for all of you because you guys deserve it. So thank you, Victor, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.